I'm GamerFitnation's Ant One Prim, also known as Black Bible, and I'm here with Ben Barnes. Now, Ben Barnes is starring in a movie called The Seventh Son, but you may have known him for movies such as Dorian Gray, and as far as the Secrets of Narnia. Yeah, Chronicles. I was going to say the sequel, The Secrets of Narnia, but it's the Chronicles of Narnia. And I love how you were in this movie. I think you've always been a wonderful actor, and I'd love to see more of your work. So tell us about The Seventh Son.
Well, Seventh Son is a big epic fantasy movie based on a set of English young adult books by Joseph Delaney, and it stars Jeff Bridges as a character called Master Gregory, who is a spook, a hunter of all things dark, all the creatures of the dark, the ghosts, the ghouls, the boggarts, the witches. He fights them with a blend of like weaponry and violence, but also like alchemy and magic and sort of dark age science. And he keeps losing his apprentices to the warlocks and to the witches. And in order to be an apprentice, you have to be the seventh son of a seventh son. And the last one that he can find is my character Tom, who is working on a pig farm and having these visions of the future, and visions of creatures of the dark, and so he finds me on the farm and buys me, and then we go off on this adventure, and he has a week to train me to help him defeat Mother Malkin and all her foot soldiers.
What drew you to this role, and how did you physically prepare?
Honestly, the main draw for me was getting to work with Jeff Bridges, who is he's the dude. I've loved him in everything from The Big Lebowski to honestly, True Grit, every film he has ever been in, I've loved him in, and that was probably the main draw for me, because I'd done sort of fantasy work before, but at the same time I read some of these books and they kind of drew me into that world. And I think it might, it's one of those stories that kind of has themes which are eternal. It's about the nature of the human spirit. Is there dark and evil inside of all of us, and how do we balance that? And can you hate if you don't understand what love is? Can you love if you don't understand hate? Is everything that happens to us kind of destined, or do we have a freedom of will, freedom of choice? And so it kind of explores those themes, and it might as well, you could explore those themes set in a movie set in space or in the desert, or in any time period really. So the fact that it has horses and swords and things is kind of almost coincidental for me. And physically, obviously, there's quite a physical role in terms of a lot of the fighting. I learned to train with staffs and swords, and I was strung upside down and thrown in waterfalls and attached to a sort of mechanical arm which would dunk me in the water when I fight the boggart in that monster sequence. So it was pretty fun though. I had to do like scuba training and weapons training and a lot of like physical stuff, but we had a great stunt team and who would help us with all of that stuff, so it was pretty fun.
So now, there's a lot of superhero movies, TV shows, everything that's happening right now, and between DC, Marvel, and Image Comics, and some fans suggested that you play the role of a Marvel character called Iron Fist. Like they would like to see you play really? Iron Fist. Now, is so much. Iron Fist? Oh no, he's really cool.
I always sit there wondering, like, which superhero could I be? What's left that's cool that I could be? But Iron Fist sounds cool.
Oh yeah, he's a martial artist, and it's really cool, and he has a lot of history within the Marvel community. But is there any superheroes you think you would like to play if you could pick someone?
Oh man, I've watched all the superhero movies. I would love to have done some kind of like Tony Stark Jr. You know what I mean? I don't know what characters are like that, but just that guy who kind of feels like he's got his stuff going on. But I mean, James Bond is not really a superhero, but that'd be something cool. That would be like,
you might want to be the next James Bond.
No, like something like that kind of quintessential British, dry, humid kind of badass. I think is quite fun. But I love that whole Marvel and DC universe, and I'm a junkie for all of it. But I don't know much about Iron Fist, but now I'm gonna look it up.
Oh yeah, they actually have pictures of you on the internet. Really? People actually made artwork. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Like he does, and someone actually made recent artwork of you as Iron Fist. That's how popular the conversation is. So the next thing I want to say is, what about video games? Are you into video games? Do you like playing video games?
Do you know what? I grew up playing like Sega Mega Drive, like Sonic, NBA Jam, and that kind of stuff. And then I kind of lost it a bit. But I have a roommate now who is a serious gamer and plays everything. He's an addict. And so I did play the entirety of Grand Theft Auto 5 with him, which was, I mean, just one of the most incredible pieces of art ever made. Anyway, I mean, just that was a game I managed to get all the way through. But you know, I'm also pretty happy to sit and watch him play. He's like really, I'm terrible. I'm terrible, and he's really good. So it's like fun to watch him like play sometimes too.
Well, we're about to wrap this up. You know, just one quick question: you ever thought about playing the Doctor, as in Doctor Who?
Oh, Doctor Who. No, I don't know. I don't know about Doctor Who for me. I always feel like I'm maybe not. I don't feel like I'm quirky enough for the Doctor. But I'm friends with. Well, I met a couple of people who played it, but Matt Smith is is somebody who I know and think is amazing. So wouldn't want to touch it after he's put his stamp on it like that. He's too good. I don't want to follow in his footsteps.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thanks for chatting.
I'm GamerFitnation's Anwan Pittman, and we'll see you later. Ben Barnes, Iron Fist.
I love the 80s.
I love the 80s. Peace.